What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Raise Hail Praise Dale scheme scene video. Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Didn't even get a tongue twister thing going on longer.
Getting used to it.
Right. This is for the Charlotte Roval coming up this weekend on Sunday. There is one thing to keep an eye out on for these schemes is you'll see some with pink netting on the driver's side window. That is for the Eric Jones Foundation. They do a little shindig here at the Charlotte Roval to where the drivers can run them pink nettings, and then after the race, they're auctioned off, and all the proceeds go to either organizations that detect breast cancer or treat breast cancer and different stuff like that. So it's a good cause. Adds a little coolness to the Charlotte Roval.
Yes, sir.
We got 38 cars. So,
I think so.
Yep, we got all the schemes for them. One just got dropped literally about 2 hours before we recorded this, so a little bit later than what we usually make the graphics for it, but we still got it in here.
Right.
Without further ado, we're going to hit that intro and then get into this thing.
Hit it. All right. Like he said earlier, welcome into Scheme Scene. So we got the weekend cup schedule. So practice is at Saturday at 12:30 on USA. Qualifying is an hour and a half after that, so at 2 p.m. still on USA. And Sunday on NBC at 2 p.m. is the race, the Bank of America Roval 400.
Yes, sir. Got the times right this week, so moving up in the world. I also have the stage lengths and the race length correct, unlike last week. Your stage ones.
I like the way the letters are colored in.
The little pinkness going on, or the red and blue.
Like the boat, like the red and blue mainly, but I like how you've set it up this week. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I tried to change it up a little bit. Use some of the race logo colors. Stage 1 and stage 2 are both 25 laps, which if you're bad at math, that gives you 50 laps between those two stages. And then the final lap, or final stage, not the final lap. The final lap's only one lap, but the final stage is 59 laps. And that gives you a total of 109 laps around a newly configured Roval. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a little bit different. Not quite as many turns. But really, you're only dropping, I think, one turn, maybe two. Coming from the infield. So, without further ado, let's jump into the schemes. Mr. Ross Chastain.
I think it's your turn this week to go first, isn't it?
I believe so. And yes, we do see Mr. Bushlight a lot, but we see different schemes from Mr. Bushlight. And I still say that this one's a good scheme, even though we've seen it more than the other ones. I'm still going to keep it at a 3 lugs. This little white background with some blue trees and mountains and stuff.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Excuse me, sir. Get down. Yeah. I'll agree with you on 3 lugs.
Sounds like a plan to me. Moving on to Mr. Austin Cindric and his Menard scheme.
Wow. It's a Menard scheme, but black this time.
Right.
I'm going to give this one 2 lugs. I do like the pink window net, though. So.
Yeah. So look out for his to get auctioned off at the race. But that's not good enough to bump you up to a 3. We're going to keep you at a 2. Sorry, buddy. Moving on to Mr. Austin of the Dylan type. That MGM car. Basically a black car with a white stripe that kind of does a weird diagonal-ish kind of thing down there.
Which I know they're teammates, but it definitely looks like a Kyle Busch car.
It definitely does, but it's not exactly the same as his. But I do like Kyle's better. I'm going to give this one 2 lugs.
I'm gonna bump it up to a 3 just because we don't see it very often. Or I think this is a new scheme for Austin. So
He may have ran it once before, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
yeah, I'm just gonna keep it at a 3 because it's not one that we see all the time.
Right. Yeah. And you notice something with the RCR cars is their little associate sponsors down there on the bottom. Those will actually move around. So if you watch our schemes with all of the paint schemes that have happened through whatever month, that's why you see a bunch of these similar schemes. If you look at those associate sponsors, they're technically different. So why we include them on there.
Yes, sir. Oh, my Lord.
Moving on to Josh Berry.
Wow, it's his Bed Bath and Beyond car. 2 lugs. I'm getting tired of seeing this.
It's technically the Bed Bath and Beyond scheme and the Overstock.com scheme, just a different color.
That
So
is
I
true.
agree with the two, the two looks. Moving on to a brand new scheme, Mr. Kyle Larson. Oh wait, never mind.
Hey, they're hiring.
Yeah.
That's slightly new. I don't
But
think they put that on the other scheme.
what's new?
The hiring now.
That might be different. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Still not worth going anything higher than a 2 lug. I think you muted your mic, sir.
That I did. I was just saying I agree with your 2 lugs, but it did look slightly new. So,
All right.
slightly.
Bad Brad Keselowski.
What an unfortunate time to have to yawn. I'm sorry. I like this
Such a
scheme.
boring scheme.
I know, right?
Kidding.
I really do like the scheme. I'm gonna give it a 3 lug just because like nothing really stands out. I mean, it definitely is better than their normal field submarines or whatever. So,
Yeah. I can agree with the 3. Now, you can't really see it from this. You can kind of get it from that green stripe right above the 6 there. But technically on the hood is Castrol Edge. And on the side is Travel Centers of America. So his hood still has the Castrol Edge colors. But it is a slightly different scheme than when he runs Castrol Edge. So it's nice to see something a little different. And of course, I don't know what it is about Charlotte Roval, but a lot of people like to use the red, white, and blue colors.
right.
I'll keep it at 3. Mr. Justin Haley.
Your turn.
Oh yeah, it is my turn. Mattress Warehouse car that we saw on his 77 car, and now on his 7 car, and also on Corey LaJoy 7 car. And I wouldn't quite bump it down to a 2 yet, but I'll keep it a 3.
I agree with you. I mean, it's kind of getting old to see, but at least it's something different. I'm gonna keep it at a 3.
Sounds good to me. Mr. Kyle Busch.
In his Lenovo scheme, I like the scheme. It's one of my favorite Bush schemes.
I like his
It's
M&M schemes better, but you know.
well, I agree. I like his M&M scheme better too, but that's a ship that's already sailed, unfortunately.
Right.
Uh, I'm gonna give this one a 3 lug. I don't know. It's something about the black and red cars that kind of bring it out. I like it.
I can agree with it. I'll keep it at a 3. The only thing I don't like about this, and I know it's just their logo, that's why it's that stupid red rectangle, but I would love to see them do a whole lot more with it.
Yep.
But I do like that it's different too. We haven't seen it,
Yeah.
I think, but one other time maybe.
Bandit.
Whoa. He's throwing us around.
My dog's throwing all around.
Okay. Y'all can suck it up and enjoy the ride. Moving on to Mr. Chase Elliott.
Wow, it's his Universe scheme that we've seen 400,000 times. 2 lugs.
I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. I'm gonna bump it up to 3 just because I don't know what it is about that mint green color that's got going on, but I like it.
I think you say this every time that he drives.
Right? Suck it up. I like it.
Other way.
Noah Gregson.
I like this scheme. Oh, it's not my turn. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I like this scheme as well. And technically, he did run the Beefaroo car last week. But if you look closely, the colors are flipped. Like most of the car was that weird neon puke green color, but now most of the car is white. So
Yeah.
they kind of changed it up a little bit, and I think I like this one better than that one. I'm gonna give
I
this
do
one
too.
3 lugs.
I'm gonna stay with 3. Now, if the window net was actually part of this scheme, like every time he ran it, he would win that. I would bump it up to a 4 just because like the pink kind of plays off the green. I like it.
Yeah,
But I mean, normally it doesn't, so I'm gonna keep this one at a 3.
sounds good to me. One thing else to notice, I didn't mention it when we were on Justin Haley, but all the Spire cars technically are running the pink nets, but they just didn't have it on their images on where I got them from.
Yeah, I got
Is what it is. Uh, Cucumber Cowboy. I need to put that freaking image in here somewhere when the slide comes up. But
you. Any, it is mainly white with some black gradient down to red. Sports Clips car. I like this car. I mean, it's fairly simple, honestly, but it does it tastefully. I'm gonna give it 3 lugs.
I give it 3. Okay. I am gonna disagree with you, and I'm gonna bump it down to a 2 because it's technically his normal FedEx car too, like same pattern and everything, just different colors.
Yeah, but the red and black looks better than the purple and orange.
I disagree. Anyways, moving on to Mr. Ryan Blaney.
What are you giving
Now,
this one?
technically, we haven't seen it on his car yet this season, but we have seen a lot of this scheme. But I kind of like it. It's simple, black and white with some red accents and stuff going on. I'm gonna give it a 3.
I'm gonna bump it down to a 2. I'm getting tired of seeing it.
Yeah, it's good to me. All right, so Mr. Shane Van Gisbergen.
In his Colgate, I mean WeatherTech car. I like this scheme, but it's not like the greatest. Like it's not like I have like, oh, this is such a cool scheme, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna give this a 3 lug, but it's almost a 2. Like just because
I'll,
there's nothing going on here.
I'll keep it at a 3 merely because of the foil number. That's about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Chase Briscoe got his Ford Performance Racing School car. Different than what we normally see. Kind of like the simplicity of the stripes on the side, but kind of incorporating their colors too.
Hang on, guys. I'm gonna clean my camera because when it fell, it messed up, and now it's bothering me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna give this one a 3. I would almost bump it up to a 4, but I don't know.
I'll give it a 3, but I wouldn't give it a 4.
Yeah. All right.
So.
Moving forward to Kaz Gralla making a return to the track. His meat and bone car.
Yes, sir. We've seen this scheme before. I've always liked it, but I'm kind of getting tired of seeing it, so I'm gonna leave it at a 4. It's not 5 like it usually is, but
All right. I was gonna give it a 3, but since you're giving it a 4, I'll leave it there. One thing you also got to keep in mind is after this weekend, we only got 4 more races this
your
season.
audio's cutting in and out, homie.
Maybe on the Discord.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is, after this weekend, we only got about 4 more races left to go. So a lot of these schemes we see a lot, but we only got a few more weeks to see them. So yeah, it does look like my audio is cutting in and out on Discord. That's okay. We will move forward. Mr. AJ Allmendinger.
In his Celsius car. Whose turn is it? Mine or yours?
I think it's mine. So Celsius, we've seen it on this car. We've seen it when he ran the 13. A pretty simplistic car. I do like the fact that they got that Celsius can on the back, though.
I do
Um,
too.
I'll give it a 3. I was leaning towards a 2, but I'll bump it up to a 3.
I'll agree with you on 3. I mean it's very simplistic, but it does it well, so I'll give it a 3.
Sounds good. Moving forward to Mr. Chris Bushaw.
Um, at this point, I'm really kind of getting tired of the scheme. I mean, it's a nice scheme, definitely an RFK scheme. Um, 3 lugs, but it's about to drop down to a 2.
I'll agree with you there. I'll keep it at a 3 just because. Well, no, you know what? I'm going to disagree with you. And this is I'm dropping it down to a 2, and it's mostly because I did have a car financed through that bank, and they were a pain in the butt. So that's why I'm dropping it down to a 2. Moving forward to Martin Truex Jr., Mr. I'm about to be retired. This is his Bass Pro Shops car, which we've seen a lot of. I'm still going to keep it at a 3, though, even though I am starting to get tired of seeing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it at a 3 because at least it does have stuff going on. I mean, I am getting tired of seeing it, but at the same time, it's not a simple scheme like all the others are, like mainly like a base color, and then it does have the camo going for it and everything. I think of Bass Pro Shops, I think of a lot more that they could do. Like if like I don't know. I think of like the aesthetic that Bass Pro Shops are. So like what if they made the car look like a log cabin or something like that? So
Yeah,
that's the only reason I'm kinda like, they could do more, but
maybe we'll see some of that next season.
maybe.
I'll keep it at a 3 there. Looks good to me. Moving forward to Chris Bell.
At least it's not the dang ring scheme, okay? I cannot stand that scheme. I like the DeWalt scheme. It's nice. I mean, come on, who doesn't like DeWalt schemes?
It's not the Matt Kenseth game though, but
It
it'll
is
do.
definitely not the Matt Kenseth, but it's nice. It's not terrible. I'm gonna give it 3 lugs just because it's kind of a mid scheme. It's not the best one. Like I could think of 100 different ways that they could do it that would change up drastically, but
Yeah, I'll keep it at your 3. It's simplistic, but also kind of complex all at the same time. So I'll keep it at that 3.
throw the oxymoron in there.
Right. 21 of Harrison Burton and his Dex imaging scheme. I'm tired of seeing it too low.
Agreed. Moving on.
Oh, look at that.
Wow, it's like we see this one every week, even though that, you'd think with him being kind of a top 3 team, they'd be able to afford different schemes, but they don't ever change their schemes. It's amazing.
Right.
You know what? I'm pulling the hammer. I'm dropping this down to 1 lug. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm getting like it's the same car every week. I think he's only drove like one other car this whole season. It's getting old.
I think technically 2,
Oh, I'm
maybe.
sorry. In 32 race this weekend will be the 32nd race. He's only had 3 schemes.
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
Yep.
I'll keep it at 1. Moving forward. Bubba Wallace. Lido scheme, which is a little better than most of his schemes he would run. I'm gonna do it at a 3 just because of the different colors it's got going on, but about all it's got going for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I mean, it kind of takes me to like the early '90s esque with the kind of graphics that it's got going on. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep.
Like, like the big computer. I don't even know, like running Windows 99 or something on it. But
Oh man,
Windows
back in the day.
XP screensavers. That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm gonna agree with the 3 lug though.
sounds like a plan. So this next scheme is not a scheme that has been ran before, even though we've rated it before. Apparently, it got leaked a couple weeks early. But the William Byron is Valvoline confetti scheme.
Mark Martin. I'm gonna give this one a 5.
I will keep it there, and I think they should make this the primary for next season, at least for this um, sponsor.
I don't know though, because that what's the company's name? Exalta scheme's pretty fire.
True. True. We're keeping that one at a 5. Moving forward, Mr. Daniel Hemrick, Circle Car. Seen it all the time. They could have done way better with this thing. It's barely holding on, but I'll give it a 2 lug.
Agreed. Moving on.
Michael McDowell.
I mean, at least he changes his every so often. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna give this one a 2 lug because I mean, it's his main scheme. We see it quite a bit, but it's not like Logano seeing quite a bit. You know, where it's like every race it's the same scheme.
Yeah.
Like was it last season that he did like the 50 years of Pennzoil or something in NASCAR, something like that,
Maybe so.
where it had all the pictures and stuff on it. That car was cool, and this is my rant. Okay, I'm gonna go on my rant.
Oh boy. Buckle up.
It's the rant that I'm pretty sure everybody's heard me say so far. With them having to wrap these cars every week, why don't they take the 20 minutes it takes to come up with another wrap? You know what I mean? I wouldn't care if I seen a different wrap for a car every race. That's just being honest. You know, I mean, I get you have sponsors that you got to take care of and stuff, but you can do different designs and still have the same color scheme, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It kind of irks me because it's not like they're painting the cars anymore, where it's just that's the car for the entire season. And I mean, going back to that point, I mean, I get you want some, well, that's such and such's car. You want to reckon what is it? Where like people can recognize your car, but at the same time, that's why you keep the number the same. Because I mean, like, I don't know if you're like me, but I mainly go off numbers instead of colors or the paint job. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But I
Back in
mean
the day when they
that's what we're saying now, but like in the 90s is like, yeah, you knew a driver for their number, but you also, like Jeff Gordon, you knew him for his DuPont schemes.
yeah, he was when he first hit the scene, he was Rainbow. Everybody knew the Rainbow car. Just like, Dale Earnhardt being the Man in Black. Everybody knew the Man in Black. But today it's not like that. It's, more by name or by number. Oh, the 48's doing this. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not, I mean, I don't know if it's just a tradition that they're like, oh, we're going to hold this scheme for, the whole season or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like they could do so much more with these schemes. I mean, with it being a big wrap, just kind of gives you, the freedom to be like, you know what, we're gonna put an airplane on the side of this or a hot air balloon. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like,
get it.
it's not like you're having to paint the car. And I mean, like, and I'll agree with some people. Some of the best schemes in history were super simplistic. Like, take a look at his name's gone. Um, what's his name? What's his
Gonna need some more
name?
details, bud.
Sings Big Iron. Marty Robbins. Take a look at Marty Robbins' car. He was known for the pink cars with the yellow numbers. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll agree with you too
That's
and keep it there.
that's my rant.
Moving forward to the other, well, before we move on, since you went on your rant, I'm going to ask this question. Do you think Loves is staying with Front Row Motorsports, or is it following Michael McDowell?
I'm gonna say probably following McDowell.
So we'll probably see it on the 71.
Yeah, I'm gonna say so because I mean, what? Who else drives for Front Row?
Ty
right now.
Gilliland right now.
I haven't seen him run a Love's car,
No,
or has he? So that's why I think he's
Yep.
running and
but
staying with me.
speaking of Ty
Sorry.
Gilliland, look at
Ooh,
that.
I like this
Boozy
scheme.
Jerky. Got a nice little cartoony bull on it. Got the logo there behind the number, some brown. Actually, if you look really close, it looks like the front of the car is the bull.
Yeah, it's
I
really
just
cool.
noticed that. That is awesome. That is a 5-lug car right there, baby. They used the heck out of it being wrapped.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you can do stuff like this. You know what I mean? I love this part. This is the schemes that I like. And guess what? Next week he'll probably be running a different scheme. That's even better.
Yep.
I mean, that's what makes me agree with the 5-lug. So,
Got 2 5-lugs this episode.
yep.
Moving on to Ryan Priest and his United Rentals blue and white with a touch of orange car.
I'll give it 3 lugs. It's not my favorite scheme. It's super simplistic. It's not bad, and I don't think I'm saying it's bad. I like the foil number. You know, it looks nice. It's a, you know what? Let's bump it up to a 4. We're gonna do a 4.
Whoa, changing his own rating. Look at that.
Yeah, the more I got to like really looking at it, I'm like, I would put it on my shelf, and that's kind of what distinguishes a 3-lug and a 4-lug. Like, would I actively search this one out and put it in my collection? So
The only thing that would make this scheme better, I think, is if they put more orange in there. But I'll agree with your 4-lugs. I won't knock it down for that. Legacy Motor Club up next with the 42 of Mr. John Hunter Nemechek. And technically, we've seen this once or twice from him already, but it is a different Mobil 1 car than the rest of them. His dog loves knocking that camera down. I'm going to give it a 3-lug. Keep it. Don't know if we're going to see it anymore this season, though. It might be the last time.
Yeah, your audio's cutting out pretty bad. I can't even understand you, homie.
I don't know why it would be cutting out on Discord. It's weird.
I would try to unplug your mic and plug it back in.
I don't even know what mic the
Discord's running on. That could be the problem too. It could be just having the wrong mic.
See, I just switched it to a different the regular mic.
So yeah, now it sounds 100 times better. Because before it was like real choppy. So
we'll see if that helps. But yeah, 3-lugs. He's ran it a couple times this season, but I do like that it's different than the other Mobil 1 schemes.
I'm gonna disagree with you and bump it up to a 4-lug because I still love this car. I know we've seen it a couple times, but I like the gradient. You know, the white to blue with the gold kind of inlay. Of course, you got the red Pegasus from Mobil 1. It looks nice.
Yep.
So I'm gonna keep it at a 4.
Sounds good to me. I'll let you keep it there. Next up is Mr. Eric Jones.
Oh. Now I'm gonna be 100% honest. I absolutely loathe the Family Dollar car. I think it's ugly. But when you take and splash pink in it, I don't know why, but my brain says, "Oh, it works now." I'm gonna give it a 4-lug, not only just because of the car, but because of what the car is standing for. But I know the color combination, at least in my brain, shouldn't work, but it does. So
I'm going to keep it at a 4-lug just because if you look closely behind that 43 and that pink little weird shape going on, they got a bunch of breast cancer ribbons.
Mhm.
And if you look above his door, not his name, got Carol Jones up there. I'm not sure if that's related to him, or if that person's related to him or not. I'm assuming so.
I think that isn't that his mom?
Very well could be.
Hang on, I'm gonna Google it to make sure.
Very well could be. But I'm definitely going to keep it at a 4-lug. And I do like the fact that he's kind of spearheading the pink net thing. And if you notice something different on his car than the rest of them, he's got his pink netting over the main window, like everybody else had. But he's also got a smaller one going on.
Okay. Yeah. So Carol Jones is his mom. And she is a highly accomplished healthcare professional, business owner, and breast cancer awareness or a breast cancer survivor.
Nice.
He says, I'm sorry, I'm moving my camera again. He said that she is the reason he started the Eric Jones Foundation. So that is his mom.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Which makes it even better because I mean, who doesn't love the fact that, he put his mom's name on the car? Everybody loves a good story like that.
Absolutely. All right. Gonna move forward to the next one, Mr. 45 Tyler Reddick.
Wow,
Monster
it's
Energy
a black
scheme.
car with a Monster Energy label. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. There's a slight patch of green in the front. One lug.
I was gonna say, how long is it gonna take you to rate it?
I was deciding if I wanted to give it 2 or 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with the 1 just because they could do so much more with monster schemes. I mean, his Nasty Beast scheme or Beast Unleashed scheme are so much better than this one. I don't know why they go with it, but
Right?
moving on. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in his Totino's Pizza Rolls car. Look at that joker right there. They used that wrap scheme thing beautifully.
I like it.
Gonna give it 4 lugs. Not quite a 5, but
I'm gonna agree with you. And the thing that they could do to push it to a 5 lug is actually put pizza rolls, not like the bags, but like have pizza rolls like scattered across the car.
kind of like Brad Keselowski did with the Hawaiian
You
pretzel
can start
bites.
over at the front of the car and then work your way back. Have like pizza rolls scattered. I think that would be awesome. And throw some blue in there.
All right, 4 lugs for that one. Moving on to Mr. Alex Bowman.
And his normal Ally car, I'm kind of getting tired of seeing this one. I'm going to give it a 3 lug just because it is different. So
I'll keep it at a 3 just because of they actually used the fact that you're wrapping this car, because if you were painting this car, this would be a stinking nightmare.
yeah, it'd be a nightmare.
I'll keep it at a 3. Moving forward to Corey LaJoy.
Okay, so as much as I like dislike Corey LaJoy, this scheme right here is one of my absolute favorites. And it's not even that it's like exquisite or crazy complicated. It's literally half white, half orange, and then like white dots like kind of seeping into the orange. I love this scheme. I don't know why it works so well, but it does. I'm gonna give this one a 5 lug.
Woohoo! I will keep it there for you, just because you know my number 1 color of cars. Half of this car here, love that orangeness. I'm gonna keep it at a 5. I mean, we technically have seen it before, but
do you remember the old ice cream that come in like the toilet paper tubes, the push pops?
yeah,
That's what it makes me think of.
nice. Moving forward to Ty Gibbs and his Interstate Batteries car. We've seen this one on multiple different Joe Gibbs cars, but
it's a little different because it's got the Monster Energy logo.
yeah.
Anyway, I was gonna say was if Monster would do a car kind of like this, but like instead of like minus the Interstate Lightning, like do like rips down the side with like green and stuff, they'd be so much better. I mean, this one's just because we see it all the time, it's gonna be a 3 lug. But if Monster could pull something like this, it would be 10 times better than the 1 lug that it's got.
Right. I don't know about 10 times better. Can only get 5 times better, but technically. But I'll keep it at a 3 lug just because. I mean, Interstate Batteries, anytime it's on a car, is like this is the scheme that it goes with.
I mean, let's be honest, it hasn't changed very much since Bobby Labonte ran it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even way back then, this is basically what the scheme was.
Yeah, I mean, like minus the Lightning, it was still green with the Interstate.
All right. Moving on. That is the slide that I didn't take out that didn't have his car on. We're gonna move forward to the one that does have his car on there.
Wah. What is this?
North Carolina High. North Carolina. I don't know. I don't know what the S stands for, but North Carolina
Highway Patrol.
Safety Highway Patrol, maybe.
State Highway Patrol.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Something.
Anyway, it's got a good cause.
NCSHPfoundation.org.
It's got a good cause. It's a very, very, very plain scheme. I mean, it kind of looks like a cop car, so I kind of like that part about it. But
Right.
can you imagine if they would have used the scheme that Hocevar used for this one?
Yeah.
That one would have been good.
Yeah. Do I want to keep it? I'll go with 2.
I'm gonna bump it to 3, just because it's supporting the police department and stuff like that. So
I was gonna lean to a 3, but just because of how plain they did it.
yeah,
Anyway, moving onward to Mr. Zane Smith. Keep in mind on this one here, the car is pink. We have seen it before, but like I mentioned earlier, Spire is participating.
your audio's doing that weird thing again.
It's all your fault.
It probably is.
Stop muting your mic. This one here we've seen before, but like I mentioned before, Spire is participating in that pink net deal.
Yeah, so it's gonna have an extra pink net.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna look pretty good. I'm gonna give it a 3 lug just because it is October and it's a pink car. I think it's cool that. I wish that there was one race a year that they would everybody would run a pink car, not necessarily a solid pink, but have
Just
like
be
a
like
white.
kind of like the throwback race or the
Yeah.
patriotic race. You got the breast cancer awareness race.
That one would be cool, and then some of the proceeds for that race goes to research and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll be down for that. I'll keep it
Yeah.
at a 3 lug.
Yeah.
Moving on to Carson Hocevar
Ugh.
and his Delaware Life / Spire Motorsport scheme. I'll give it 2 lugs.
I'm gonna reluctantly give it 2 lugs. Whoever does the schemes for some teams needs to be fired because some of these schemes just are trash. This is starting to become one of them.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least, Daniel Suarez.
I love this car.
I do love this car.
This makes me want to name this scheme El Tigre because it looks like a tiger. I love this scheme. It's definitely a 5 lug.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with a 5 lug, and the pink net does not take away from it either.
No. I think it would look slightly better with the black one, but the pink net, it doesn't hurt it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that's 3 5 lugs in this episode.
Yes, sir.
That's all we got for this episode.
Heck yeah. So
Be the last one.
You guys don't mind going ahead and hitting that subscribe button. Sorry if you hear rustling in the background. My dog's deciding he wants to get in his food really bad.
Last time I checked, we were at 67 subscribers.
I can check.
I don't know if we changed that or not.
Let me check real quick. Get out of the bag. We did change. We are now at 68, almost 70 subs, homie.
Let's go. Moving on up.
Yes, sir. So we're getting pretty close. Hopefully eventually we'll get the 50 sub video out.
Yeah.
So
one of these days.
One of these days. Get out of the bag. Sorry guys, my dog is in his velociraptor stage, so he's broke his runner today and then decided to be a menace, so
always fun.
yeah.
But that is all we got for tonight. So you wanna hit that
Yes,
outro?
Yes, sir. So thank you guys once again for riding shotgun with us on this episode of Race Hail, Praise Dale. Remember, the checker flag might fall, but the excitement never ends. So keep that pedal to the metal and keep the passion for racing burning. This is Race Hail, Praise Dale signing off.